Hello everyone, here Payada, and I would like to show you one game from Transcontinental Ladder. The Transcontinental Ladder is a very old tournament or championship which was started in 2017 by Jaffet, and in almost 4 years we already played 66 rounds, and I will show you a game from round 67 and the round from the top of the Transcontinental Ladder. The rules are that the winner get like the championship title, the second place stays in rung 1, and the last player will be relegated one rung down. So let's start this game. On the first seat we have chumchu, which is player who won last round, and it was his like seventh title, which ties him for second place in titles. On a second place is Payada, who has 6 titles, and on a third place is A440, who has, I think, 4 titles. Yes, 4 titles. So let's dive into the game and enjoy this three-player high-level game. So Chunchu took Confucius, which confused me a little bit because for me Alexander the Great is better. So I will definitely take Alexander the Great because there are like no other leaders and I need some leaders. If we look to the mix of the leaders, we can see that yeah, there are fine leaders. You know, Cleopatra is good, Hammurabi is good, Hippocrates is good, but Alexander the Great is one of the greatest leaders. He takes one extra civil action, but he gives you one yellow, so it's like a small colony, you know, small cook of HA. So I will definitely pick him. And the second card is not that great. I can go for Colossus, but if I see that we have pretty good wonders in a mix, I'm not interested in Colossus. And then what's more, science or resources, and I'm often go for resources. Stockpile is like reserves one, so I will cache it sometimes later for 2 resources. So that's an easy pick for me. And what will A44 do? I think taking engineering genius for 2 civil action is fine, and then he's left with options for going to Colossus or culture heritage. We didn't we didn't pick the wonders, so he may not get an yearly wonder. There are like, are there any good wonders? Yes, I think yearly universitas can show up. Yearly Silk Road is also fine for engineering genius. Forbidden City, I don't like this wonder. But yeah, it's like pyramids with some hanging gardens clone, so it's quite nice. So let's see what he will do. Okay, so he took Colossus. Oh, that's interesting play. Yeah, but in 3 players, Colossus is quite good. Is there also some nice combos with Colossus, like yearly military pressure? Almost not possible. Yeah, there is Columbus, so if he drew some cards, can he go went for Suez? No, Cook. Yeah, Cook is there. Yeah, so there may be some synergies with Colossus, so it's not that bad. So from Chumchu, I expect, yeah, to just take Roman roads, build mine, upgrade population, usual stuff which you do on the second round. And that will leave Colossus for me for 1 CA or Library of Alexandria for 2 CA. And if you are not watching for the first time, you may already know that Colosseum is my favorite wonder, and I will definitely grab it and also build mine increase pop with extra yellow next turn and building philosophy probably, and I will still keep producing 2 resources per turn. So A44 took Colosseum earlier, so he can't take Library of Alexandria. I think he's now regretting his choice, but who should know. And with Cleo, he will probably just build philosophy and increase population. Also, usual stuff. 2 CAs for taking electing leader, 1 CA for having wonder, and just these 2 for spending the resources and increasing population. So will Chumchu seed? He definitely can because he will get a science for that. So of course he did, and he got the best card which he can get. He has now exactly 5 resources from Romana Road, so he's able to finish Romana Roads very early. He also gets extra yellow, so now his wonder is the same as my leader. The Romana Roads produces something more. So pretty amazing start for him. Yeah, I think that we didn't drew a colony, we just drew 2 tactic cards. So the Columbus is very very gambling. So I will not pick him. It's too gamble. It's too big gamble, and I will just cash cash the Alexander and look maybe for Saladin, which will give me extra civil action, which is nice because I need H1 leader as soon as possible. But Columbus is not one of these leaders which give you advantage every turn. He just gives you advantage only in one turn. So I build second lab as expected, and I will increase population and take one of the breakthroughs because I prefer to get early science from yellow cards, not from like some buildings, just like building like early alchemy or something else. Okay, so A44 drew some colony, so let's see how good it will be, or he just gambled, who knows. But he has Colossus, so he has like extra draws for colony at the end of H1. And let's go back to his turn. Yeah, so he took the second breakthrough and Swordsman's for some extra strength, which together with Colossus, yeah, can can be quite handy. Yeah, one card is seeded by Chumchu, second card is seeded by me, and the graphics doesn't show the truth. Okay, so Chumchu will probably seed as no, I didn't seed. So A44 seeded because I cashed the Alexander. Okay, so 2 unknown cards for me in a deck, and now probably third one because extra science is worth it. So yeah, Saladin is not there for me. Eleanor is not looking that great. So yeah, there are some. So I have like free pick for my leader. What leader I would like to have? Leonardo, not as much. I'm in early interest in Nostradamus for that extra culture and like the information. I think information is pretty important in free player game. And also Isabel de Castile is quite good with like extra resources and may maybe some colonies also. Yeah, but we probably will not play any colonies now when A44 has bonus, or we will play less of them. So Isabel is not that great as in game without Colossus. Okay, so Chumchu will probably took the knights. That's definitely easy for him. Elect Saladin, get extra science, and then probably somehow spend his resources or increase pop, or I don't think reserves are worth it. And what else he can take? He doesn't have extra alchemy. Okay, so he likes extra science. Good for him. Good for him. So and can we see what we seeded? No. Even if I'm looking at my own game, I don't know what I seeded. That's quite hard. Okay, so I get another 2 extra resources, and I have Swordsman, create tactic for that, and I finish Colossus to draw some extra cards, and And let's wait what we will get. Okay, Nostradamus is there, prepared for us. If 4 cards are rotating out, we will get him for one civil action next turn. Also, Iron can go through, but probably it will be picked by Chumchu because usually Iron is good. He has enough science for everything. Yeah, so he has pretty good start. I have to say. Yeah, we have also not bad start because of one extra yellow. We have our strength probably covered. We are drawing more cards. We drew the colony, which is not that important, and we will have Nostradamus for even more weakness card. So we should be probably fine doing H1. So what was revealed? So we have revealing civil life markets and planning. So 2 resources or extra civil action, and A44 goes for the extra rocks. Okay. He finishes his Colossus and then he will probably, yeah, it's almost end of the age because Confucius was seeding too much and the deck is full of the cards, so now is the time to up your strength. And A44 has to do it earlier than we, so he probably counted that he can up his strength if he just took 2 resources and it's better for him than without them. Okay, and he doesn't have something like waste one or something, so he's just keeping Columbus in hand to have maybe extra 1 resource for some wonder or something else. So that probably tell us that he doesn't have a good colony in hand or maybe even no colony in hand. So let's continue. So Chumchu will get extra 2 rocks and then extra civil action probably with another discount. So he probably will not take iron because he has a lot of resources to spend, which will not be easy for him. And will he seed? Yes, if he will seed and if he has a good tactic, he he can go for like 8 food, 2 for 7, free populations, made 2 knights. Yeah, I think and but the seeding will give him some extra resources. Oh, I don't know if he will seed or no. Okay, let's see. No, he didn't seed, and instead of resources, he took 3 extra cards. Whoa. Uh, okay, maybe it was like helping him out of corruption, probably. Okay, so he is increasing population, building temple. What if we will have development of religion, and then building knights and probably no tactics in hand. Okay, this is nice for us. So we have Nostradamus, Iron, and we can also up our strength and even play. No, we can't play Legion now. We will not be fully operational under Legion, or will we? Yeah, will we? So that's quite good. We will not be the weakest with Nostradamus. Not not even close. So this turn is pretty good for us. I prefer Iron instead of Alchemy, so we are on a good track. And we have at least one event in hand, so our Nostradamus will give us some culture. Okay, yeah, and we just miss the irrigation. Yeah, irrigation is also quite good. It's almost as good as iron, I would say, because it doesn't take spend took so much science, and having a population is very good in free-player games. So A44 will probably, yeah, go for irrigation, upgrade it, and then maybe upgrade one of his warriors to be the strongest, and drawing only one another card. So if he doesn't have a colony, which we think he doesn't have, or a good one, he's he needs some luck to have good Columbus later. Yeah, so still one iron in the deck, and chumchu have pretty lot of resources. He has extra rock from Roman roads. He will get then extra science, and he's even building the alchemy, so he may produce like 5 science, which is okay for like the the whole game. 5 science per turn is very much. In like we are in, I think we are in around 6 or 5. We are in around 6, so that will means to around 18, something like 60 science, which is almost okay for some low science games. So he will be very dangerous later, and he will have more more civil actions. Yeah, there was nothing else to pick, and monarchy is very good for him. He will have 9 science next turn. He will be producing, as I said, 5 per turn, so he definitely can spend 8 science on monarchy, which will leave probably both code of laws for us, but yeah, we don't have that much science, so we may not be even interested in the code of laws, and one of them should be picked by chumchu next turn. Let's see. So we will definitely cede wealthy territory, and we are lucky to get my second favorite wonder, and that's the greatest wall. With perfect tactic, swordsman's, and much needed second happy phase, we will have 2 happy phases from wonders, perfect strength, and yeah, that will be very nice. So let's see what we will reveal. Science. Okay, then maybe code of laws is an option. If we take it for 2 and develop, we will have 2 more actions to spend, which we can take Great Wall, and then we will need to spend 2 rocks on upgrading Swordsman, but I don't think it's worth it. I think better thing will be to play Iron, upgrade once, stay like the second strongest and not the weakest for sure, and take also the rich land and start our... Okay, I did something completely different than I was thinking now. So why did I choose to go for Code of Laws instead of Iron? I don't know. It looks like worse play now. Yeah, this is also okay. We still have the stockpile, so we don't need that rich land. Age is ending. Yeah, so probably this is really better. This is probably better. We have 4 resources, 5th in stockpile, then extra 3, it's 8. Still not completed Great Wall, but we know that Wealthy is inside, so maybe we can get Wealthy to finish our Great Wall sooner, which will break our army, but maybe it will still be worth it. Yeah, I wasn't sure if I would like go for the... If I went for the Iron, I will have like +4 Iron. And no, and I still will not have the rich land because I need to play Iron, upgrade, and then take Great Wall for 2. Yeah, so this is probably better. 1 extra rock from Iron is not worth it. Now we have 1 extra civil action, and completion of Great Wall will not be that easy. So Alan increased his population, and he doesn't have happy phases fixed, so I think he will go for the Forbidden City. Maybe even with Code of Laws, he already had irrigation, so irrigation will drop to chumchu, so we will be without irrigations, but we have one extra population, so it may not be that hard, and I think the ocean liner service is also there, plus two selective breedings. Yeah, irrigation is good, but not that important that you can miss it and still be fine now, even when there are like three other cards which are fixing food in later rounds. So let's see for A44 went for. I think Forbidden City is probably the wonder he will pick. Yeah, so he will not go for the Code of Laws then, and he will pick what? Okay, he will just build a stage of Forbidden City. Yeah, maybe that's why I don't like the Forbidden City. That I will not come up with this. I will just go for the Code of Law, develop it, and maybe then I will not finish the Forbidden City at all. Or I don't know. Does he really need these like two happy faces with Columbus in hand? That's weird. This I don't like this. So maybe he really doesn't have the colony now, because if he has any colony, then the the happy faces, like fake happy faces from Forbidden City, were needed for him. Let's see. And he still doesn't switch Cleo. Okay, so he built it because he has it for for free. Okay, then it makes sense. And if three cards are lost, then two, that's seven. So we just need to pick two cards, and Cleo will be dead. It's very probably that Cleopatra will die at the end of the age, and not by replacement. Okay, maybe not. Chumchu went for a revolution of monarchy when he was on 9 science. He doesn't have 9 science. He was on 5 because he developed the alchemy last turn. Okay, and he preferred to revolt to monarchy instead of taking Code of Laws, irrigation, and maybe some yellow card. Interesting. So yeah, but at least he'll not have corruption with building the knights. Does he have a cut tactic? No, he doesn't have a tactic. So we have to pick two cards, or Cleo will live. Maybe that was a good read from Alan, that he knew that Chumchu will go for revolution. Good read, yeah. If Alan anticipated this, heads off. Okay, so we will definitely go for iron, and let's see if we somehow utilize the stockpile, because it's last turn when we can use it. Yeah, we can, and we can take even more rocks. Yeah, yellow cards are really good. We are low on science, so all the technologies are like invisible for us. Wonders, we have the perfect wonders. We don't need more of them. So yellow cards are always useful, and we are upping our rock production as first players, and the second iron is still in a deck. So when the H2 will start and Chumchu will lost his iron, we will have the best production. And although we will draw 3 cards with Nostradamus this way, so hopefully we will have an event to seed. Oh, exactly one. But it's good one. It will give us very needed science. Okay, new deposits. The winner is Chumchu for still having the Roman roads and getting the extra rock, and another winner is me for getting extra rock for iron, and A44 has extra rock for Cleo, so we We are all blessed by Vladia in this game. 7 plus 1 is 8, so he can finish the Forbidden City. Still has 1 rock left. Now I think he will just switch to Columbus for Cleo, because why not? And took Knights for some nice army and maybe even the Richland, because resources are useful, always useful. No, he increased the population. Yeah, why not? H2. So how we are standing at the end of H1? So 6 civil actions, 5, 5, 3, 3, and 2 military actions. That's pretty on par. Strength. Chumchu is a little bit behind, but he has a lot of science. He loves science. On a oh, maybe he should not have +4. So maybe the H didn't end it. Oh, now the H ended. Okay. So now the end 8 ended, and he has even more science, +5, because Roman roads changed the production. The only irrigation is in A44 hand. He's producing so much population. That's very interesting, having not enough resources and lot of food. Good wonder for having a lot of food. So maybe this is his plan, to have very flat civilization, but very wide. And Chum Chum definitely will grab iron, and with the new deposits which came earlier, he can upgrade 3 times, which is exactly 6 civil actions which he has. And he will be now even better than we in rock production. So he has better rocks production, better science, okay food, okay army. Yeah, he's in pretty good spot. So we seeded the knowledge of ancients because we will get some science, and we definitely need science. We have here the engineering genius, which we can then use for Great Wall. We have enough civil actions. There is selective breeding, but I don't think we need 3 civil actions for that, because A44 will not steal it at all, and for Chungchu and me there is 1 selective breeding. But yeah, we have to pick one of the 3 cards which give us, we are not the weakest, we will not lose population. Okay, another warrior, upgrade of mine, second upgrade of mine, and this will leave us with possibility of taking maybe monarchy to hand. No, we just take engineering genius, and now what we should pick. I don't like reserves. It's like a stockpile, and you saw how stockpile was stacked in our hand for the whole H1. So like spending 2 civil actions for 2 resources is not that great. We have enough resources to finish Great Wall next turn, but cartography with low science is also pretty bad. So yeah, we can't we can increase the population, but if we will increase the population, I have feeling that there may be some rebellion, and it will be very pricey. So yeah, let's just take reserves. Theocracy, we don't need theocracy. I don't like to be stuck on theocracy, and the extra military action and extra strength can be handy, but I would like to revolt to some H2 government now when we are in H2, so the theocracy is bad. So yeah, I took the reserves. And I don't have any event, so I'm not upgrading the second warrior. Oh, I don't have even rocks for that, so yeah, I will just do 2 cards. Hopefully another event to get another free. Yes. Oh, and another science event. Yeah, so this is guy how you get the science in through the ages. You just go for Cold War, ancient knowledge of ancient breakthroughs, and that's it. You don't build alchemies. Only chumchu build alchemies. Okay, yeah. So we are not the strongest, but we are not the weakest. So yeah, that's a pity that we didn't win this one, but I think it was prepared by A44. So this is good that he cashed it. Okay, Republic. Does he has exactly 11? Whoa, that's nice. Okay, so he will have 8 civil actions, so he can like live from yellow cards, but he has only 2 military actions with Columbus. This is not a great combo, but strategy is still in a deck, so yeah, it will be pretty important to get strategy out of him, and then let's him wait for military theory, or Kremlin is not there, no, so not much other chances how to get the extra military actions. And yeah, let's see if we will be if we have to play for the first place, or we will just try to be better than A44, but he's very dangerous, so this game is still very open, and I think each one of us has some advantages in their civilization and some disadvantages. Yeah. I don't like Alan's position that much. Just a lot of population and not enough rocks, not enough science. At least we have some rocks production, and Chumchu has everything. Yeah, not the population, but selective breeding will be there for one selections for him, so he will fix even that. Yeah, so Chumchu is maybe player to beat in this game. So he's going for Newton. Will he go for selective breeding? No, that's interesting. Yeah, because he can go for both, and then he will. Yeah, he need to go for the religion first because he was missing the happy faces from the populations stolen by the uncertain borders. So, and he took 3 technologies developed too. Yeah, so he has like 2 extra civil actions this way. Okay, so rebellion was in, so we, we were lucky to not increase the population and taking reserves instead of that. And as I said, the only card which Alan is missing is strategy, and he will be very strong with that strategy, even when he needed to wait for it a little bit. But we know that we put there the knowledge of ancients. Why it is not shown? Oh, because only cards which were revealed are here shown. Okay, so but we know that we see the discard, so he will get extra free science from that. So it will be very dangerous with strategy. He will have everything then. Okay, so but this will probably not, yeah, this way we will not be able to finish the Great Wall, and now we have to find a way how to don't have corruption. Maybe there isn't any way. Okay, the only way how to doesn't have corruption, we just have to have uprising, so I just took this line when I almost finished the Great Wall, and I will have small corruption. PV4 is unhappy now. Okay, terrorism, that's a good draw for us because we are the culture leader with Nostradamus. Scientific cooperation, I don't think we will use it. And the historic, yeah, that will be probably the card which we will put to the deck next turn with Nostradamus. Yeah, with Nostradamus you sometimes put there cards which aren't perfect for you. Whoa, third irrigation. So he's using the rich land to build third irrigation. So he has +6 food, -2 consumption, and +3 rocks. So more food than rocks. Very interesting. Very interesting. And now he will probably just take all the yellow cards because he doesn't have a science, so he just need the resources. Yeah. No, team sports are also a good pick for him because yeah, with 2 team sports he has enough happy faces for everything, and I think that Pierre is there, so that's quite a good leader for him. Okay, so which leaders are left for me and A440? So James Watt is out. Yeah, it will be very speculative without any techs on hand with 2 coals and 1 selective breeding. So probably the greatest leader is Alfred Nobel for the science, and maybe then Catherine the Great for military actions will be also nice for him. Yeah, and the deck will rotate so fast when you take like 5 cards and seven new cards will be displayed. Okay, so Chumchu needs to up his strength now, and after he up his strength, he will also go for some. He doesn't need anything, so probably will take the reserves. Okay, so now he's the strongest, so he's expecting some strength-related events because this is very early reveal of tactic and also giving me information that I should go for these cavalrymans, the last cavalrymans. But yeah, I will probably pick them even without showing the tactics because yeah, I need the knight's technology. And A44 is ready for the tactic too, and maybe it's even better for him than for Chumchu because he has many population. Okay, this will be probably tactic on which we will play until end of the game. But with that many populations, which Alan has, he may be quite dangerous with this tactic. Okay. Yeah, but it will give some briefing room to Chumchu, and he has the best science. Okay, so he went for a transcontinental layout even for more strength. So we know that new deposits aren't there, so it will take him 2 turns to finish. Doesn't he doesn't upgrading his food production. Yeah, so he doesn't have that many resources for everything he wants to do. So let's see. An architecture to save maybe then some civil actions. Or maybe to save the rocks for other things. Okay, so we seeded the historic territory to 13 culture or 11 culture in the deck. We will finish our Great Wall. Now we are not the weakest, so maybe let's see what will be revealed. Okay, wealthy. And we won it for just swordsman and defense guard. So we have plenty of rocks. Maybe we will even have now the problems of getting rid of all of them. So when we will finish the wonder and take the cavalryman and build one cavalryman, will we be out of corruption? Probably yes. So yeah. So we did everything what we needed to do. There was not much to think about because the tactic will is it's very strong. Classic army is very strong. And the classic army for us is +10 because we have Great Wall, so it's almost on par with H3 tactics. Oh, and we have ocean liner service. We are still without the food solution. Here is ocean liner service. Selective breeding still in a deck. Chumchu has a wonder in progress, so that and A44 is not interested in that with all the food. So so it will be ours probably. Okay, so 6 swordsmen. Does he need to get rid of the resources? He's missing 1 science to start building knights, which will be probably much better for him. And he's just spending his resources to be out of corruption. And then taking another yellow card. Yeah, he needs to have space in hand. Okay. Reserves and wave of nationalism. So with switch of the tactic, he may then use it, but with only 2 military actions. Let's see how he will use it. Okay, we got the extra science, and yeah, I think Chumchu will grab engineering genius as well to be able to finish his wonder very fast. Even frugality. Okay, so everyone is taking yellow cards. And we have ocean liner very cheaply. So this is nice. I think we have the best HA wonder, best H1 wonder, and now best H2 wonder. I'm very happy with the wonders which our opponents are giving us. So why I didn't see it? That's hard when you can't see the events. We want to be the strongest. We take the ocean liner service and breakthrough. Yeah, as I said earlier, this is the way how I obtain the science in free player guards very often. So A44 went for colony and it was historic one. Okay, so he wasn't bluffing that he doesn't have a colony when he picked the Columbus, but it wasn't a very good colony, but it's okay. And now he will start building some knights and copy tactic later because he doesn't have enough military actions. And he then can take revolutionary idea and maybe another yellow efficient upgrade. Or okay, he's destroying his bronze mine. Okay, this is he's playing patriotism now. What he will destroy? Another bronze mine. Whoa, that's bold move. That's bold. Okay, so he's going to 1 rock production at the end of H2 in round 11. Yeah, bronze mines are overrated when you can take yellow cards. Yeah, that's true. This one yellow guy just will give him like 5 rocks. So if he destroy him now, it's like -5 rocks and taking one yellow cards is almost on par of one bronze mine. So let's see how this will go. So at least we steal the military actions from him. Is there Winston Churchill? Yeah, there is Winston Churchill. So this is pretty good leader for him because it's like extra free rocks, and I think that's his plan now. Definitely, that's his plan to just go for a big war, big war. With this rock production and science production, I don't see any other way how he can try to win this game than by some military action. Yeah, we have +5 rocks per round. Yeah, this that will be hard for him. And we are also lucky that the Nobel doesn't show us, and we will have a Nobel. So Chumchu will finish his wonder with architecture, so it will be just spending 2 civil actions. And here is the selective breeding. He has it already, so he will take efficient upgrade now. Maybe upgrade once the selective breeding and take cannons to have all the free technologies. No. Oh, yeah, he doesn't need cannons. I forgot that we are on classic army, and when you are on classic army, there is not a need to have cannons. Cannons are useless, and it will not end the age, so we can see it once more. I hope that CGE will fix the show seeing your own cards in a replay, because with Nostradamus it will be much more interesting to be talking about this game. So we are low on civil actions. We see constitution monarchy and also scientific method. Yeah, but we have Alfred Nobel, which we would like to take instead of scientific method, because that's another way how you can generate a science with two philosophers. Have a Nobel and blow up some rocks or science. Yeah, and if we spend 3 civil actions on Alfred Nobel, we will not finish our ocean liner service. So as you can see, I'm really good in picking wonders which are hard to build and then just postponing to build them because better cards are showing up, and we get even another extra resources. Yeah, we will probably take food and increase pop to be out of the corruption. Yeah, so increasing population and taking constitutional monarchy. We have exactly 5 cards. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, so the reserves and urban growth useless. Yeah, we were able to use that stockpile, but not the reserves one. And should we build something? No, I think we should. Okay, so I didn't took the constitutional monarchy, and I built religion instead. That's interesting. Why I did this? I'm really. Do we need it for immigration? Oh no. I I I really don't know. Let's see. Or maybe we know that there is. Oh, I know there may be some ugly event with unhappy workers. Was I? I was probably very afraid of that. And I love my despotisms. So extra free cards. At least if he doesn't have military actions, he can at least draw cards from his wonder, which is quite nice because he has now draw three cards, and when copying the tactic, he will not draw any. So this is nice for him. Another reserves. Will he pick them? Team sports. Yeah, that's perfect for him. He will probably maybe go for James Cook, and he can grab two more yellows. This is how you can generate rocks. Have you have you ever seen something like this? Producing one rock and just using your civil actions as a resource. Pretty interesting. So how far can he go? I think he really needs the military theory. That's the card which he needs the most now. Yeah, and we are also the strongest for the Cold War, which we seeded before, and we pay attention to be stronger than chumchu. So chumchu solves his civil actions problem. Now is but he's almost on the same level as A44, but he has more resources now, even 8 with the railroad. The science, we have slight lead of 20 culture, but 20 is not enough. 20 can be lost just by some nice impacts. If both of my opponents will go in the same direction, if, then they may see some impacts which will favor both of them, and you can easily lose 30 culture in 5 impacts, I think. And chumchu, oh, this is very nice for him. So he can go for Mandela and start generating a lot of signs. That's perfect. That's perfect for him. So he's in a very good shape. Oh, and here is Churchill. Do we do we need to take him from A44? Yeah, I think yeah, we need to take Churchill here. We need to take him. There are like two cards which we need to take out of A44, and that's military theory and Winston Churchill. Maybe fundamentalism as well, but yeah, the Winston will be perfect for him. He's willing to spend like 3 rocks on knights every turn from now. And we have plenty of science for some nice government, but we were not fine with that common. So at least please show some unhappy workers related event. Okay, that was very cheap historic. So that tell us what does it tell us? That A44 was not willing to bid 2 swordsmen for 13 culture. Yeah, so I think he's now really in a war plan, and there is like no other way how he can catch us. So I will take the Winston Churchill. That will mean that I will not finish the ocean liner service. So is it really that important to take the Winston Churchill? Yeah, I probably yes. I can still wait a little bit with population, and now I will destroy something to build a second knight to stay on the same power level with others. Yeah, so destroy the lab. We don't need the philosophers. We are in H3. War is coming. So now will it be some H2 event? Okay. So, but it was just -4 culture. So I definitely think that the turn where I built the religion wasn't that great, and I should build the first step of ocean liner service instead of that, because yeah, as you can see, the ocean liner service is still not finished, and I had some good reasons to not finish it, but yeah, it's too late to be finishing it in it and in H3. So if we will go back to the log and see the turn when I built. Okay, so I used the urban growth for that temple, but still, I don't think it was worth it, and I should like build first step of ocean liner service. So in the next round, when I will be taking the Winston Churchill, I would be able for free civil actions. Yeah, this is this turn. Yeah, so this turn I will be able to finish the ocean liner service, increase population, and build knights. Yeah, definitely big mistake. So Alan will took the cook. So Chumchu has already H3 leader, and Alan is taking H2 leader for 2 culture per turn. But I don't think he will play for a culture. He will try to war us, and he has the perfect military theory, which he really needed. So now we can see that he doesn't have a war. He will draw now 1 card, and then maybe like 6 or 9 another cards. So the chances for him to draw the war are not the highest. I would like estimate it around like 40%. So that's not that much. Oh, he can play the military theory now. That changed the math a little bit. So the chances for him to drawing the war, I think now can be like in 50 to 60, 50 to 65 area. I don't know. We can do the math later. So military build up for Chumchu. Yeah, that's quite nice card. So he has a lot of rocks, but he needs to find a way how to catch us in culture, but we are not that in front of him. So he's now our opponent, which we should look and see what we can do to him. But he's playing in front of us, so we Oaken and oil. Will he live the dream with oil with railroad? Let's see. Okay, the end will end really soon. Another 3 cards taken out of the rolling cards. Okay, inhabited. We are not interested. We have ocean liner service, but the others are, and chumchu bits. Okay, just 1 unit and 3 defense card. But now he is vulnerable to some aggressions. I think, yeah, he can't have 12. It's 35. Yeah, so 3 aggression for that colony. Was it really worth it to just have this colony? I'm glad that he won it, of course, because Alan will be much more dangerous with that. But was it worth it? Okay, and now in round 15, 14, it's time to switch from despotism. But it will cost us all our science, but the only other card which we need are air forces, and after we play the democracy we will have 1 science plus 3. It's at the end of the round it's 4 when we will not play a Churchill. Churchill will give us 3, that's 7 plus 6 from revolutionary idea, and we have enough culture for air forces if they will show up. We don't need to take the military theory because A44 already has 1, and later then it was optimal we finished our ocean liner service. And yeah, now we can't defend, and can we pretend that we can somehow defend? I think that, yeah, the tempting for going to aggress Chumchu from A44, yeah, he will probably do that if we up our strength or not, but it's better to at least show that if we will do once plus 6 defense cards, we will be able to to defend. And on colony we showed that we don't have defense cards or that we don't want to pay with them. So I think it's time to destroy another building, because even with this destroy, we are still good for air forces with 3 plus 6 for revolutionary idea is 9 plus 3 from Churchill. Yeah, and we have exactly 6, 11 cars, 11 defense with 1 6, and we even drew it. So hooray! Okay, so Alan is taking the science, and he's probably ready for a war, but he didn't have that many. He has like 3 draw steps next turn. I think if he drew a war, then this turn he can go for. Yeah, he can went for like very early war with another fifth tiered classic army. It's like plus 12, so 57. Yeah, it will totally destroy Chumchu. So he doesn't. He didn't draw a war yet. So he will take more resources, more science, satellites for strength. So he's preparing for one big war. So another 3 draws. So we now know that he doesn't have the war. He has like how how many? Like 6 or 9 draw steps. Yeah, so let's see. How lucky will he be? Okay, extra culture for us. And now Chung Chu needs to somehow start making his defense. Let's see what's his plans. Still air forces are not there, so he grabbed the military theory, which is perfect for him. Now he can't build air forces for a few turns. So he's aiming for the second army. Will he destroy something to have second army completed? No, he just refuted. So if he has 6 defense card as his last card in hand and draw 3, that's 9. Yeah, maybe. I'm expecting that he has defense card as his last card in his hand, because if he doesn't have it, then destroying a, a not building but probably iron will be worth more than be vulnerable to another aggression. So we are the weakest, but we are brave. Maybe I know what was on the top. Oh, I didn't know that card. This is not what I seeded, but it's pretty good for all of us. Not for Alan. He lost 1 rock on corruption. That's hilarious. So some rounds he has negative rock production. Mhm. So air forces are still not there, and air forces are the key card. Now we can take modern infantry and tanks and engineering genius. That's 7 actions. That's almost all actions we need. If we take modern infantry and tanks, we can 5, 6, 11. We can develop them in a same turn to get like Nobel Prize, and also we will get +2 culture because we have Colosseum. So like taking these 2 technologies and developing them next turn will give us +8 culture, which is okay. It's like we are Steve Jobs, and we still have lead of 20, maybe even more now, 25 culture. And the situation is how to defend against A44. So we can compute it again. So if he will have now the air forces and go for the air forces, and he can go for 2 air forces. Okay, that's 8 plus 5, 13 plus 13, 26. 26 without satellites, so 65, 71. And To defend 71, if we will build cavalrymen, we will have how much? 37, 45, and 45, and with 14 resources we can build another small army. Yeah, like 2 cavalrymen and 2 warriors. That will be another 16. So it's like 61. So we will be like 10 points weaker than A44. Yeah, so don't spend resources on anything else than military. Oh, and we have the Winston Churchill, so it's +3. So maybe I should have used the Winston Churchill now. No, no, I didn't because I needed that extra science. It's 11 +3 at 14. Yeah, it's 13. So if I make Nobel Prize this round and get myself free culture, but it was probably also okay play. We are still hoping for getting air forces and just having this silly plan of developing these 2 technologies for like extra extra 6 culture maybe wasn't worth it, because if I didn't play the revolutionary idea and elect the Churchill instead of that, I will have like two less science but +3 culture, and with and when I have 20 rocks I can build 23 with Winston Churchill next round. 23 rocks. Oh, I miscounted. With 23 rocks I can build anything, so I don't know when I. Oh, I don't have 23. I have just 14. Yeah, because I already get the +6. So 14 +3 is 17, but the 17 is still okay for 2 cavalrymen and 2 swordsmen. So we are able to build another army. So A44 didn't do a war, didn't get the air forces, so he can still go. And and he even doesn't get the Pierre de Coubertin, who is perfect setup for him. So he's quite unlucky and taking all the yellows. Still on 1 bronze, still don't care, still have all the yellows. So we are coming to the finals. Last 2 turns probably. So chumchu. Okay. So he just bet on A44 doesn't have a war. He's not afraid. He didn't get the air forces, so he just went for Empire State. I think he's best in 3 of the criteria, and build he can build a warrior. No, the knight to go up 10 in strength. It's 46. Oh, so cleverly A44 built that satellite, so he cannot have 4 criteria fulfilled this way, but he can go just for 1 farm. So let's see if he will go for it, or if he will just he goes for that. And he destroyed immediately and build the knights and go for computers. Okay, so there are like 2 wonders left. We get very nice pact. Now we finally get Winston Churchill for some culture, resources, and wonder. And that's it. So A44, another 3 draws, and the end will not end. So he will have another 3 draws for a war. So he should be able to draw it. So crime wave is not that bad. There are, we are leading still in a culture production. They are first air forces, and yeah, we know for sure that Alan didn't do a war yet, and let's see if he will do it with his last 3 draw steps. Okay, what's this? Like building computers now when someone has 63 strength. So he probably will go for a Manhattan as well, but will he take also the patriotism? Or then he will get all the resources? No, he just goes for urban growth. No patriotism. Okay, this is really weird. I hope that he counted everything, but I don't think so. What? I have like 75% to get the air forces, and if I get the air forces, I can build 3 of them. Okay, how he will defend? So air forces are there. We weren't unlucky. We can build 3 air forces. Yeah, I told you that the religion was mistake. We just now deleted it. I think that we seeded impact of variety before, and it will be like the worst variety in a word with just five types of things. And if Chumchu will spend 14 of his resources for Manhattan project, he will be at 59 with tanks and 4. It's plus 3. He can go to 62. We have military alliance, so 62. So we will get 17. Yeah, so the option here was to not build the air forces, to have like plus 5 rocks and be able to finish the space flight. I think that we will have a corruption even if we try to build first steps because they are so cheap. And but still 7 plus 5 is 12 plus 8 is 20 minus 2 for corruption. We will still be able to finish the space flight, but I think that the space flight is just like 13 culture for us or something like that, so not much. And 5 plus in a war is 10 culture, so it's almost on par with that, and it's much better, I think, although for some impacts. So let's see how this will finish. And we can grab what professional sports, but we cannot develop them, so we can just take card at the beginning to leave the Pierre de Coubertin for 2 civil actions for A44. So did he do the war or no? H4. Okay, so he didn't do the war, and he find another way how to fight for the second place, and that's with a plunder. So now he is like 60 culture behind, but he plundered Chumchu, so he's unable to build the Manhattan project. So will this be enough for the second place for A4400? I think we are first, no matter what. But the fight for the second place will be interesting. Yeah, so more culture. Yeah, then we should then look to the grabs. I think A44 was like on 10 or 15 cultures for the whole game, and then he just up his culture production now, and he will try to get everything here. His plus 9, plus 6 from endowment. Okay, he will then declare the Olympics. The culture is rolling. So Chumchu will just build religion. Okay, so probably there is impact of happiness. And then he just, yeah, grab all the irrelevant stuff. Yeah, and with this aggression, we will have even enough rocks to finish the space flight. So 4 wonders for 16. Yeah, I used Winston Churchill for tanks to get +2 from Colosseum and +3 from spaceflight, so it was better this way. And I can even up my strength, so I will be tied for the strongest if A44 will not up his strength, but I think he will. Okay, aggression, small war. Will it be enough? Okay, he catch him before, but he can't declare the Olympics because then he will lose the 8 culture. Okay, that's funny. He declared the Olympic Games, but then just lost the culture for the Olympic Games. Yeah, I think that real Pierre will not do that. So he was able to get all his population, build that one tiny warrior for probably +7 culture on impact of strength. So we are bad at architecture, just watching who will be second. Chumchu has still lead of 5. Happiness, I think both of them has 16. Government. Okay, so is there the strength? Yes, it is there. So A44 was able to get the second place and stay in a rung 1. So let's see the graphs. I think the graphs will be very interesting in this game. So let's first look. So I was on despotism till like around 14, and then yeah, very late Pierre de Coubertin for Alan, Christopher Columbus getting the colony very late, and it was just historic one. No good colony reveal. So now we can see how much culture does A44 had. Yeah, so his culture total was like 20 in around 16, and he then just went 100 up. So here you can see why early culture is not that relevant. If you can get like 100 culture in last 3 rounds, it's really big chunk. And I get also like 100 because of the war. So in science production, I had very low science production, I think. Yeah, the lowest from everyone. I just generated like 55 to 60 science, but I took a lot of scientific cards and also some scientific events. But I think that events are counted in this graph. And in resources, I think yeah, Alan was very good in food production. He has like from round 5 +4, then he went for +6, and he was able to deplete all the yellows from his bank. And in rocks, yeah, from round 11, he was producing just 1 rock, and in round 15, he produced 1 and then lost 1. So like in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I think the last round is not relevant. So in 7 rounds, he generated just 7 rocks. So if he count all his rocks from bronze mines for the whole game, it's insane. 2, 4, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35 rocks. That's insane. So guys, I hope you like this game and see you in the future.